All right, we're waking up even colder this morning. Let's get over to Peyton for more on the forecast.
Yes, it is another cold winter-like morning here. Temperatures are in the 30s and 40s, so there is some frost out there. I can almost guarantee you we've got some frost on the North Shore. We've got frost out in the Bayou River parishes. We might even have some frost developing closer to the Belle Chase area, or even over towards Kenner and St. Charles Parish. So cold this morning. You might need a couple extra minutes to heat the car up, maybe defrost those windshields. We're sitting at 53 downtown or in the CBD, so probably no frost in the city of New Orleans itself. Today is going to be one of those picture perfect days. In my opinion, about 70 degrees, sunshine, not much wind. That's about as good as it can get in the weather world. Record high of 90. Thank goodness we're nowhere near that, but we are still below that average high of 79, and some will hit 70 today, others in the upper 60s, but overall really gorgeous day. And this is the beginning of our really kind of warm up heading into the weekend here. Tonight, not going to be as cold. If you've been protecting those plants over the past couple of nights, you're not going to want to do it tonight. Of course, it is still going to be cool, but manageable. So if you have pets, keep them in mind as well. We'll be in the 40s on the North Shore. I have us in the 50s south of the lake. I have us in the 40s and 50s out in the River Bayou parishes, and notice 60s a little bit closer to the coast from Port Fourchon to Grand Isle. So not as cold tonight, but still a little bit of a chill as you wake up for your Friday morning. Look at this, really warming up. Tomorrow I'll have our high at 80, 82 on Saturday, 82 Sunday, staying in the 80s early next week, but a little drop into temperatures by the middle of next week with a cool front. Now, the cool front next week is not going to be nearly as strong as the one we saw a couple of days ago. That really was a record-breaking cold front for this time of year, more like a cold front we would see in December and January. Also, as we warm up, the humidity will start to increase some. I do think the humidity is going to be a bit more noticeable into the weekend. It's not going to be unbearable, but there will be a little bit more of kind of that stickiness in the air. It will be significantly more noticeable by Monday and Tuesday. And then the big question right now is when does that cool front move in next week? Some guidance moves it in by around Tuesday, others move it in by Wednesday. I'll tell you why there's uncertainty in that in just a second, but we also got some storms in the forecast. I was going back, it's been since early September since we've had a big rain day over our site at the airport out in Kenner. Now, we've had some rain around, but it hasn't been hit by a big rainstorm since then. Of course, we don't need a couple of inches all at once, but we could use a few showers and storms around. The grass certainly needs it. I know some of our plants need it, but we'll have a chance, especially by Tuesday and maybe into Wednesday, if that cold front, when it moves through. So right now we've got our big trough digging down. That's what's giving us the cold front and cold air. It's lifting away. A ridge will build in its place. That's going to warm us up. But notice what's happening. Pretty complex forecast next week with that cold front. You've got a big trough digging down. You've got a cutoff low here. You've got the remnants of a tropical system moving into Mexico. All of these are going to play together on when that front moves through and how much rain we see next week. If this trough is deep enough next week, it'll grab onto this upper level cutoff low and pull that into the area. That would give us not only a stronger cool front, but also a better chance for storms by around Tuesday into Wednesday. We will see other models, well, they don't give us much of rainfall, and the cool front moves in maybe a little earlier. So there's still some uncertainty there with exactly how that evolves next week, but Tuesday into Wednesday looks like our main time frame for the next front, and maybe a chance for a few storms. But in the meantime, really nice weather. It's going to start to warm up, but lots of dry weather with lots of sunshine and comfortable mornings.